Hey everyone, so in this video I just want to do a quick little example of how I set up my consists for my locomotives. I've got a couple of questions on how I do it and what DCC system I use. I use the NCE Powercab for all my DCC needs, and it makes it pretty simple to set up consists. I just basically follow the instructions, but if you have one of these, maybe you lost the instructions, or maybe you don't have them because you got this from a friend and you can't find the documentation online or anything like that. I just wanted to share how I do this. Now there's lots of ways that you can consist up depending on what system you have. This is just how I do it. So I have two locomotives here that are ready to be consisted. I've got two Athearn Genesis models. They both have the same Tsunami 2 decoders. So they're pretty much identical other than, you know, what they look like and things like that and their addresses. But they're both from like the same run time period. So they should pretty much have, you know, identical performance. So that's kind of key for me when I do consists. That way I don't have to do speed matching or any crazy things like that. So as you'll see as we set this up, they should perform basically the same. And so what I do ahead of time is I make sure that I set my momentums up on these locomotives. I think you can do it afterwards, but I've never done it that way. Again, this is just how I do it. I like to keep it simple. So I have 3828 over here, which is the GP50, and 3613, which is the GP39-2. And so what I'm going to do is set their momentum. So I've got 3828 already selected. So I'll hit momentum, and I can choose anywhere from 0 to 9 on the Powercab. 9 is kind of like the most realistic in my opinion. It's kind of really smooth. If I hit 0, there's going to be like no momentum whatsoever and it's going to take off. So I like to keep it pretty smooth. And then I'll do the same thing for the other locomotive, so 3613, and set my momentum to 9. And so now they're basically going to behave pretty much identical. So what I'm going to do now is consist them together. So you come down here, hit setup under your consist menu. And it's going to ask you advanced or old. I use the advanced method simply because later decoders can support that. I don't know if I have any locomotives that support the older style of consisting. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Again, I like to keep things simple, so I just go with what works for me. So I'm going to hit enter, and then it's going to ask me what consist address I want to use. I can select anything from 112 to 127. I'm just going to keep it at 127. Hit enter, hit my lead loco. That's going to be 3613 in this case, so it's 3613. It's going to ask me what direction. I want it forward facing. Hit enter. My rear loco, which is 3828. And I'm going to change this direction to rear facing. Hit enter. And now I can add additional locomotives in the middle if I want to. I don't have any in this case, so I'm just going to hit enter to complete. And now everything's set up on consist address 127. I can either hit select loco and select the consist address, or I can select the lead loco. I just select the lead loco because it's easier for me to remember. And then now I can test to see how this works. So if I hit one speed step, see they're both in sync. One kind of caught up a little bit, but that's okay. They're not so far out of sync when they start up that there's going to be a tug of war. So I should be good to go. That was better that way. And then when I'm done, I always like to keep these separated to make sure that I've set everything up right and that I'm not like pulling couplers out of each loco. So now that I know that they're good, I'll link them up and I'm good to go. Now when I'm done, to clear the consist, or if you found that you put, maybe you consisted one of these locomotives together, you forgot what consist number it was, or maybe you forgot that you consisted it at all, and it's not running, right? So the lights will come on, you'll hear the sound, you can play the horn, the bell, but it just won't work. Like it won't go off. It won't go anywhere. So that's usually because you forgot to clear the consist, and the easy way to do that is by hitting clear. If you know the consist number, you can enter it. But if you forgot that consist number, in which a lot of cases, you know, I do, you can also select the lead loco, 3613, hit enter. That kills the consist, and now if I decouple these, or uncouple these, and I hit my first speed step. Oh, I gotta select the loco. 3, 6, 1, 3. One speed step. We can see that only one locomotive is running. Now, if you don't know which loco was the lead loco, you can also just run through, if you only have like 1 or 2 consists and you know you use specific numbers, you can kind of just run through those numbers again. You can hit clear, select the consist number, hit enter, and do it that way as well. Just kind of go through the numbers that you know you've used in the past. Otherwise, you can just kind of run through your locomotive numbers and clear the consists that way. And that's basically it. That's how I do consists. I hope you find this helpful. And yeah, if you have any additional comments on this, let me know below. Otherwise, take care, and we'll see you next time.